Jake Mitchell was a typical 16-year-old high school junior at Ridgewood High. With tousled brown hair and a lanky frame, he was more interested in video games and hanging out with his friends than anything else. The school year had just begun, and he was dreading another monotonous year of the same routine. But things changed the day Emily Harper walked into his history class. She was new in town, having moved from a big city to the quiet suburbs of Ridgewood. Emily had striking green eyes, curly auburn hair, and a shy demeanor that immediately caught Jake's attention. Jake couldn't help but steal glances at Emily throughout class. She sat 2 rows ahead, diligently taking notes. After class, he gathered the courage to introduce himself. "Hey, I'm Jake. You're new here, right?" he asked, trying to sound casual. Emily smiled nervously. "Yeah, I just moved here. I'm Emily." "Nice to meet you, Emily. If you need any help finding your way around, let me know." She nodded, grateful for the offer. Over the next few days, they bumped into each other more often, sharing small conversations and laughs. Jake's heart raced every time he saw her, feeling a mixture of excitement and nervousness. Jake and Emily started spending more time together, often studying in the library or grabbing lunch in the cafeteria. Jake's friends noticed his growing interest in Emily and teased him about his obvious crush, but he didn't mind. He enjoyed her company and felt a connection he hadn't experienced before. One Friday afternoon, Jake decided to ask Emily out. "Hey, Emily, do you want to go to the movies this weekend? There's this new superhero film I think you'd like." Emily hesitated for a moment, then smiled. "Sure, that sounds fun." Their first date was filled with awkward yet sweet moments. They laughed at the same parts of the movie and shared a bucket of popcorn. After the film, they walked to a nearby ice cream parlor. As they sat outside, enjoying their ice cream, Jake felt a surge of confidence. "I'm really glad you moved here," he said, looking into her eyes. Emily blushed. "Me too. It's been nice getting to know you." As they walked home, Jake reached for Emily's hand. She squeezed his hand back, and they walked in comfortable silence, both feeling a warmth that was new and exhilarating. As weeks turned into months, Jake and Emily grew inseparable. They attended football games, studied for exams together, and spent weekends exploring the town. Their bond deepened, and it became clear to both of them that what they had was special. One evening, after a school dance, they found themselves alone in the school courtyard. The stars shone brightly above them. Jake took Emily's hand, his heart pounding. "Emily, I've wanted to tell you something for a while now. I really like you. A lot." Emily smiled, her eyes sparkling. "I like you too, Jake." Under the starlit sky, they shared their first kiss, marking the beginning of their relationship. Like any relationship, Jake and Emily faced their share of challenges. Balancing schoolwork, friendships, and their own insecurities sometimes led to misunderstandings and disagreements. But each time, they found their way back to each other, their bond growing stronger. One of the toughest moments came when Emily's parents announced they might have to move again due to her dad's job. The news hit them hard, but they vowed to make the most of their time together. Things took an unexpected turn when a new student, Lucas, joined their class. Lucas was charming, confident, and seemed to take an immediate interest in Emily. Jake couldn't help but feel threatened as Lucas started spending more time with her. One afternoon, Jake saw Emily laughing with Lucas in the hallway. A pang of jealousy surged through him. He knew he had to talk to Emily about his feelings. "Emily, can we talk?" Jake asked, his voice tense. She looked concerned. "Of course, Jake. What's wrong?" "I've noticed you've been spending a lot of time with Lucas. It's just, I feel like I'm losing you." Emily took his hand, her eyes sincere. "Jake, you're not losing me. Lucas is just a friend, I promise." The rivalry with Lucas intensified, creating tension between Jake and Emily. Lucas wasn't just charming, he was also manipulative, often trying to undermine Jake in front of Emily. One day, Jake overheard Lucas telling Emily that Jake didn't care about her as much as he did. Furious, Jake confronted Lucas. "Stay away from Emily. She's with me." Lucas smirked. "We'll see about that." Feeling the strain, Jake decided to plan a special date to remind Emily of their connection. He took her to the town's lookout point, where they could see the entire city lit up at night. "I wanted to bring you here because it's where I first realized how much I care about you," Jake said softly. Emily smiled, touched by the gesture. "I care about you too, Jake. Always." The showdown came during the school's annual talent show. Lucas had convinced Emily to sing a duet with him, knowing it would bother Jake. But as Emily stood on stage, about to sing, she saw Jake in the audience, his eyes filled with hurt. She made a split-second decision. "I'm sorry, Lucas, but I can't do this." Emily walked off the stage and straight into Jake's arms. "You're the one I want to be with, Jake. No one else." Jake's heart soared. "I love you, Emily. I love you too, Jake." Years later, Jake and Emily returned to Ridgewood for their high school reunion. Walking through the familiar hallways, they reminisced about their journey. Holding hands, they knew that their love story, which began in these very halls, was just the beginning of a lifelong adventure together. And so, Jake and Emily's high school romance blossomed into a deep, enduring love that weathered every storm, proving that sometimes the love you find in the hallways of high school can last a lifetime.